I know, before you even say it, Microspikes would have been so helpful on this hike, but I don't have any. But you bet I'm gonna go get some now. Hey there everybody, I'm RVA Hiker Girl, and today I'm up in Front Royal, Virginia, up in the Appalachian Mountains, and I am doing a solo hike of Buzzard Rock. And it's a snowy start to this hike, and it's pretty icy and slippery right from the start, but this particular trail is a short one. It is 4 miles out and back, and I think it's about 670 feet in elevation gain, and there's supposed to be some beautiful views from the top. So I'm going to show you what the trail looks like, what to expect. I'll show you some campsites along the way that I've heard about. And yeah, I'm excited. It's also a white blaze trail, just like the Appalachian Trail, so you can't beat that. All right, I'm going to get started. So the temperature is in the lower 30s, and tonight the low is supposed to be 16. And I am camping tonight, so stay tuned to see how and where I will be camping. Anyway, looks like it's icy on top of the snow, so I'm going to be using my hiking poles and being extra careful today, since I am out here solo. But I'm excited to get up to the top to show you these amazing views from all of the photos that I have seen of the summit of this hike. So just a reminder, and I have to remind myself too, I am the only car in the parking lot, which means I am the only person out here on this very slippery and cold trail. So I've just got to take my time and make sure I'm paying attention and being really careful at these stream crossings. I think it might have been the 6th or 7th stream crossing. So I have brought hand warmers and extra socks and extra food in case something happened and I were to get hurt out here. I have my knife, I have my pepper spray, but yeah, I just need to slow down a little bit. I've got plenty of time, plenty of daylight hour, but you know, you just want to hurry up and get to the summit. But at the same time, when you're out solo, you got to take care of yourself. There is phone service out here so far, so I'm sure there will be up at the summit as well. But just a reminder to take care of yourself if you're out there in winter hiking, out in the cold, out in the ice. Take care of yourself and make sure you let your loved ones know when you arrive, when you're leaving, and give them all that important information.
When we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. Oh, the good times just begun. We know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. the future is bright.
So, not gonna lie, it is harder than I anticipated because for some reason the snow down at the lower elevation is frozen and slick, but the snow up here as you get higher is soft, and so I'm post holing in some of the snow and it is exhausting. The elevation's not that bad, but it's just your feet going everywhere, and you know, luckily people have been on the trail so you can see the trail pretty good, and it's marked fairly well, and I can see through the trees what my view is going to start looking like when I get up here. Yeah, a little harder than I bargained for, but not too bad. I think this trail is rated as moderate, and all of the elevation gain is right at the end, so it's pretty much where I am right now. Anyway, I've already taken off my other layer. Might have to take off this jacket because I'm sweating. And you know, sweating this time of the year is no bueno. Wow, I finally made it up here to the ridge line that's behind me. And let me turn this around so I can show you the view.
Before I sleep, hear the crickets, see the moon, side by side and through and through. No limit to what we can do. Oh, we know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright.
Dang, I just went to turn around and I slipped and almost fell up here. It is no joke. It is slippery up here. Where all the snow is packed down, it must have rained on top and froze. But it is slippery, slippery. Okay, foot plant first before I'm looking around and amazed by these views up here. All right, so I gotta go up there. And it is uphill and slippery. Whew. Can you see how steep that is? Whew. And I'm slipping and sliding the whole way. Yeah, so now I gotta climb. So I'm climbing up rocks that are slippery, so I'll go a little bit further and see what I feel like. Okay, I thought I lost the trail for a second, but I found it. There's a white blaze right there on that tree. So I'm just gonna go a little bit further, maybe to the first view. I know there's several. And then I'm gonna start heading down the mountain because going down is gonna be harder than coming up because it's so slippery. And I'm gonna need to really pay attention. So anyway, there's a beautiful view right there. All right, moving on. All right, so you're basically on the ridge when you get up here. So on this side of the ridge, you see this, and this is the trail. And on this side of the ridge, you see these gorgeous snow-capped mountains. All right, I think I'm gonna listen to my instinct and I'm gonna turn around. The trail keeps going that way, but it's super slick and it's a long ways down if I were to slip. And because I'm by myself, my instincts are saying it's gonna take me longer maybe to get down than it took me to get up here because it's so slippery and the temperatures are dropping. So I'm gonna listen to my gut, which is the most important tool you have when you're a solo hiker, is listening to your instinct and listening to your gut. And I'm gonna turn around. So I got some amazing views. I'm up here on the ridge line, and I think I'll come back one day in the spring when there's no snow and explore a little bit further. So, all right, let me put this camera down and start being really careful with the descent. Yeah, it's parts like this that I gotta be careful going down. and then around, and then down again, and then around. All right, back at the parking lot. That was an awesome hike. I really enjoyed it. I probably slipped about 10 times and almost fell on the way down. Had I had Microspikes, I probably would not have slipped at all. So lesson learned. I need to get me some of those. And I knew I needed them anyway, but yeah, I didn't realize there was this much snow because at home in Central Virginia, there's not this much snow. So things about the trail. Definitely worth doing. Highly recommend it. I think it's a moderate trail. I think the snow makes it hard. So I think it ups that classification because the slipping and sliding. But yeah, it was really pretty to do it in the snow. I haven't hiked in snow since last year. Anyway, I'm debating on whether I'm going to camp or I'm going to make the 2-hour drive home. So let me think about it, get this pack off, get warm in the car, and I'll let you know what I decide. All right, so I had made the decision to camp tonight and try out car camping in 16 degrees. I was being adventurous and I was going to this Little Fort campground, part of George Washington National Forest. It is a dispersed campground. It's open year round. It's only $10 to camp, but let me show you the road to get to the campsites. So this road that I'm on, as you can see, is a maintained road. But this road up to the campground, this right here, I'm not even sure that my car will go through this. And it's not so bad right there, but as you get up to the campsites, it's even deeper. And with me being out here solo, I just don't want to risk it. I don't have any phone service right now, so I wouldn't be able to call a tow truck or anything else. So again, I'm gonna listen to my gut today. With the temperatures being so low tonight at 16 degrees. And I think I think I am just going to call it and I'm just gonna go home. I think I'm gonna make a sandwich here because I really haven't eaten anything all day, but that is winter hiking and camping for you. And especially when you're solo, you really gotta listen to your gut and do what's right and not be stubborn. I'm stubborn. I wanna go up there and I wanna camp tonight. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna end it here. Scratch that. That is not what the plans ended up being. I decided to drive the 20 minutes back to the trailhead, which is where I camped last night. This is the next morning. That's my car. That's the trailhead right there. And I was by myself in this parking lot. You can sleep in your car in George Washington National Forest. So yeah, unlike the national parks, you cannot sleep in your car. So I'm just having my morning coffee. I had a great night's sleep. Unusual, but I did sleep very well. It got down to 17 degrees, I believe. And I wasn't cold. My layering system that I came up with in the car, I lined the side of the car with another sleeping bag and the foot end with another sleeping bag, and it worked out great. Anyway, guys, cheers to many more awesome adventures in 2022. Thank you guys so much for joining me for this one. I'm so happy I was able to get out and camp like I wanted to. All right, guys, until the next video, I'll see you then.